Alright, what's going on guys? Gdoggcasey here, bringing you another Final Fantasy XIV video today. This time we're doing the Dzemael Darkhold, however you want to say it. I know that Alphino says it during a cutscene, in a voice acted cutscene one time, and I can't remember how he said it. But yeah, welcome. We are playing as the White Mage here. Now, look at our experience down here. We are literally probably one kill away from leveling to 45. And then our class quest will be available to us, and we'll be given something. Maybe an ability, maybe a piece of gear, I can't remember. If it's an ability, I'm sorry I don't have it for this dungeon, because I only noticed this after I had already resigned to the fact that I was going to be doing the dungeon rather than doing the class quest. So, here we are. I have upgraded my gear. We're looking nice and stupid. There's our level up. So we'll be doing that. That'll be ready for the next dungeon. Now this dungeon is one of the ones that I like the least, mostly because I've just had some pretty terrible luck in here. But it looks like we have like a mentor tank and a mentor DPS here. And I might as well be a mentor healer, right? So we'll try to get some arrows around and we'll switch to healing mode. That's all I'm really going to focus on in terms of damage today. Because I've been noticing that I am just having a rough time overall with being able to... Oh god, okay. There we go. I'm trying to remember hotkeys here. I've been having a rough time juggling, but now that I say that, I mean, it might just be that we had some low-quality tanks or low-quality DPS. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to say that my teammates are low-quality if they're not, but see, these guys seem to really know what they're doing, and it's leaving me much more time to actually do damage here. So, I don't know. Maybe we will do more damage. I'm always happy to do that. So one thing I briefly mentioned, actually I more than briefly mentioned it, I told the whole story in the tanking video, when funnily enough, this is the one video when that's actually going to matter. Well, I shouldn't have done that. I almost pulled a fight there. That would have been bad. Now I'm going to pull threat because of that heal. So I'm going to stick with the tank here. Sorry, let me just quickly explain the mechanic in this dungeon right now. These sort of purple lighted areas give us an immunity to the Crystal Veil, which helps us negate damage from that floating eye that flies around the place and casts AoE damage. Alright, sorry about that guys. A few things happening at once there. My throat was starting to really bother me, like it needed to be scratched, and I was trying to explain a couple things at once. So yeah, in this dungeon, as you navigate the corridors, you want to come to these purple lighted areas. It will give you Crystal Veil, I think. I believe. Yeah, Crystal Veil, which means that you'll take less damage from the all-seeing eye when he comes by and does this AoE blast. So we'll see here. It only hurt a little bit, and that was because of the fact that we're in Crystal Veil, where if we were out of Crystal Veil, it would hurt more. What I was trying to say is that these two abilities that used to be down here, I've moved them now. It's going to be Regen and Cure 2, which are two basic, like two pretty important parts of my rotation, are not able to be mapped to the specific buttons that I like to map them to, because my cat, oops, that was a mistake, my cat just recently chewed through my mouse cord, and I am now using a mouse cord that does not allow me to use those buttons. Okay, shit. Alright, what happened? That might have been all me, by the way. I was trying to go into the Veil area, but then I noticed that other people weren't in there. Alright, I'm a little bit discombobulated right now because of the explaining a couple different things. We're going to lose our tank as well. Yeah, there it goes. Is our ninja going to survive long enough to be able to deal with that? I pulled an extra couple mobs as well by mistake. It's the problem with just tabbing and using arrow. I want to heal this person. Sprint. I'm not gonna make it in time. No. Did not make it in time. Alright, well that's a bit of a rough rough part of this dungeon. Oh shit. We'll wait for our teammates to make their way back. Is the tank just not wanting to come? It's gonna be another one of those. Come on, dude. First time keyboard and mouse for the tank. It's okay. He seemed to be doing pretty good, in all honesty, so we'll be okay. We just made a mistake there, a couple of us. We should have gone to the purple area, which is what I was initially trying to do, and then it seemed like people wanted to fight outside of it, so I just sort of went with them, and I shouldn't have done that, so. Alright, let's roll. He says as everybody waits for him to apply protect to everybody. And we'll give him a stone skin as well, why not? Okay. Let's try to do better. Let's be a little less distracted. Fuck, I just did it again, didn't I? I totally did. I am an idiot. Alright, here we go. Get to the purple. Get to the purple. This is not gonna work. Try to use Stratus. No, this isn't gonna work. This is... What is happening? That couldn't have been because of that again. Like, I know I did it again, but it couldn't be, it can't be that is causing this problem. Like, we've pulled extra mobs 100 times. Waiting on Fiona. I think she's running, no, I think she's in a safe spot. Let's just... Just forget that happened and try to put this behind us here. I hate this dungeon. I really do. And because of that, we are not going to be doing any damage now. At least until we get past this part. Alright, let's get it done this time. Gets easier after this, says Fiona. We're gonna get hit by this thing. We need to move. Come on, tank. Let's go. Jesus. Like, it was already explained. Okay. Alright, there we go. Get some arrows out. Because once everything is under control, people seem to be much more survivable. Like, look at this. He's barely taking any damage, so... I'm not exactly sure how we could have been so messed up before, but looks like we're good. And I definitely take some responsibility for pulling the extra mobs by mistake. That was obviously not something that I should have done. But that said, there's been many instances where, you know, somebody pulls extra mobs either by mistake or on purpose, and it's very easy to survive, so... I guess when you got the all-seeing eye flying around throwing out AoEs on people who are not in the purple. See, right here, someone's gonna get hit hard. What are we doing in here? I don't understand what our goal is here. I feel like we shouldn't be flying with him. Okay, yeah, now we're gonna actually just kill him, so it's gonna be a bit easier. For this guy, we want to stay in these purple areas as well, but we can actually suck up all the power from the crystals here, so we'll have to move to other areas. We'll stick with some DPS for now. Of course, one person is not standing in it. Now there's ads. Nobody's really taking any damage. Okay, there's more ads, so I'm gonna actually go into heal mode now because who knows what's gonna happen. Shroud of Saints to get the mobs off of me. Seemed to have worked. Go back to AoE, or go back to damage, sorry. And now we don't have any more power here, so we need to run to the other one. Heals out there for them. Switch back to damage, because when we're in this crystal veil, it seems like we don't take any damage. Only make one mention to the irony of the one person who was telling us to make sure we stay in the purple or else we die, being the one who is always not in the purple, but whatever. Oh, we actually click on that, okay. Alright, first boss done and dealt with. Kind of a terrible way to start the dungeon, to be honest. It just fits with the theme of I hate this dungeon and I can't wait until we're done with it. And I dislike tanks that are not always moving. It makes me think that they're just disconnecting like every time. Because more often than not, they actually do disconnect, so. Well, I say more often than not. It's not that, you know, most of the time in a dungeon the tanks disconnect, but when you get those tanks that tend to not be very active and they'll, you know, after each battle, they stand still for like 20 seconds before they start moving. I know you've seen them. They are out there. And it's like, those are the ones that tend to just disconnect randomly when you're like more than halfway through the dungeon. Just hoping we don't see that with this guy. arrows out. Get some damage in. Alright. Two of these bone nixes. These guys can actually knock you off the platform, I think, so we really don't want that to happen. I think we're in a good spot. Alright, over to healing. Why do I keep getting interrupted? Oh, because something's hitting me. Did somebody just get knocked off? Use some presence of mind here to make sure we can get this guy up. And we'll also use some Cure 2. Some pretty heavy damage coming in here. But there we go. Everything is okay. There we go. Both of the dogs are being loud. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. I've mentioned that before as well. So it seems like I can hear them much more than you guys can. So that's actually a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they can get pretty loud. Alright, let's go, guys. Casey wants to get out of this dungeon as soon as possible. It's not a very fun dungeon, you know? It seems like it's more frustrating than anything else. Pretty much all the time. Like, everyone seems to be taking damage or just standing in the AoEs. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. Getting hit again by something. Try to help them burn these guys down as quick as possible. Alright, this boss, I remember this one being very healing intensive, I think, because there's enemies who come around the top who like throw rocks at you and shit, and you can't actually do anything about it. So I'm going to stay in healing mode because we want to make sure that we'll be able to heal. I think that's this dungeon, or this boss. I could be wrong with that actually, but we're gonna just stick to healing. Pretty sure they all kind of line up the top here and just start throwing rocks. Yeah, there they are. So we're going to avoid AoEs. We're going to heal when we need to. Hopefully not us. Regen goes a long way on fights like this, especially on your DPSers, because they're not going to be taking most of the damage. Sometimes they'll take a shot. Regen should be able to out-heal it. And this boss dies pretty quickly as well, so that's pretty good. It's already halfway done. Throw some more here. I'll even use Divine Steel, because somebody mentioned that that was really good with regen, so we're going to be doing that as well. That same person mentioned that we should be using focus. We should be focusing the boss, but I could do it like this. I forgot to set a keybind to it because Shift F is the basic keybind for it, but that's set to something else for me right now, so. Lost control of my character there. That was a bad time to do that. There we go. Could have got hectic. It was starting to get hectic had that fight lasted much longer. Alright, and on we go, and that's the second boss dealt with. So the big thing about him is that you just gotta dodge all the AoEs from the enemies up top throwing stuff at you. Alright, let's roll. So many DPS get hit so often. Now I got guys hitting me. Shroud of Saints to get that off. Gonna need some medicas here, big time. Everybody's taking damage. Gonna use some Cure 2 on our tank here. Keep him up. Cure 2 on the Bard as well, who's just taking more damage as well. Almost started healing with Cleric Stance on there. He wants to do that. That's a little bit ballsy considering our history here as a team. I did also recently learn that Shroud of I always want to call it Shroud of Saints. I don't know why my mouth just wants to do that, but Shroud of Saints actually does regen your mana, which, okay, how are these people taking damage just all the time? It does regen your mana, which makes it extremely similar to that ability that the Astrologian has. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically the exact same ability. What are you doing standing in here? Like, if it happened once or twice, then fine, but like it's every single time. I think they have to do something with this. You have to stand on it. Now, if you're getting hit because you're doing that, that's one thing. And maybe I didn't notice that that's what they were doing. But it didn't seem like it. It seemed like they were just standing in it. Okay. Get some arrows out here. This is not a very good dungeon to have a disorganized group. And I thought that we'd be okay, considering we have, like, these mentor symbols and stuff like that, but who knows, maybe I overestimated it. Because we still have just everybody taking damage. I have no idea how this bard is taking damage. Like, no idea. Okay, please don't fight around the explosion areas. Like, just please don't. There's people standing in it again. Just got out in the nick of time. I forgot to eat food. Damn it. That's a lot of experience we could have got. This is the final boss? I think so. I can't really remember much of the details about this guy. Get a new protect on, I guess. Alright, let's roll. Yeah, I kind of remember now. He sends out these really long, like, line AoE attacks, if I remember right, and does something with these crystals. Oh shit, it's a lot of damage. Yeah, he tethers to them, and then you have to kill that crystal. And in the meantime, yeah, the person he chooses as his next victim is where he targets his AoE attacks. Come on, give me a... So, technically, the person who gets chosen does not want to go towards the crystals, and I think I might have just done that. The person who gets chosen wants to not attack the crystals because he's just going to direct AoE attacks at the whole party. If you want to be optimal about it. I mean, you can also just do it anyway. Okay, shit, I'm getting hit by stuff here. Let's make sure we don't die. Seems to have some AoE attacks that are not indicated by AoEs. Yeah, let's get this tank healed up here. We'll get some Cure 2s on him. Help us catch up. I do have Cure 3 available to me as well, but I'm choosing not to use it because I heard it's bad. Why can't I heal? You're out of range. Grim Cleaver. Alright, here's what we do. We're going to use Divine Shield, or Divine Seal. We're going to then put regens on everybody that isn't the tank. Actually, we'll put it on the tank as well. We are the victim, so we'll just stay over here. We'll just dodge AoEs. You can't damage the boss until you kill the crystals, dude. I think he's just going to keep lining up AoEs at me. Yeah, okay. Alright, that makes it a bit easier to understand. So it's actually really good if he chooses the healer for this, because we can just stay out of everyone's way and have him point those elsewhere. Alright, looks like we got some ads. Void pitches. Can you target these? I don't know. That's weird. Alright, here we go again. Shit, I'm almost dead. Oh god. Alright, out of the way, out of the way. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Okay, here's what we do. Divine Seal. Regen on me. Regen on this guy. Regen on you. Oh my god, the damage is coming in hard. Get out of the AoEs, dudes. There we go. We did it. Oh god. I hate this place so much. It's tough. It's a fun challenge. It is. And clearly, I'm starting to understand that I'm not quite as good of a healer as I think I would be. Gonna say GG, even though it was stress-induced. We'll give it to the tank. There's a Harlequin thing that I just bought before I came in here. And let's get out of here. Alright, so there's one down. One more to go. Next week, we're going to be doing Aram Vale, which it's been a long time since I've done that as a healer. I may have only done it once before in my life. Maybe not even once. And if I did do it, it was with the Astrologian, not the White Mage. So, similarities, but differences as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. I apologize if I was a little saltier during this one. I just hate this dungeon. It just makes me salty. And, you know, it seemed like my party members were not being as active as they could be. I don't remember the last time I had to heal the DPS so often. Maybe that's just this dungeon, though. Like I said, I barely ever do it, so it could be that that's just one of the properties of this dungeon. Anyway, guys, we wiped a couple times. I hope you enjoyed that. It's pretty fun. And we'll see you in the next one for Aram Vale.